So put your hands together. Help me welcome DTM Erum Rizvi.
I am so humbled, and honestly, I've never been introduced with such a beautiful energy. So, from all my heart, can you please give a round of applause to the TMOD? Thank you so much. 2019, in fact, it was 2018 when I first came to a Toastmasters meeting. And when I came, I had no idea what was happening. Because the area director, Toastmaster Hana Abdul Hafiz, when I told her, you are so happy in your pictures. You're holding a mic and you're happy. Who freaks out? I mean, we usually freak out by holding a mic. How come you're happy? You're holding trophies. So many things are happening. What is this going on? And what is this toast? And what are you making in breakfast? What's happening? So she said, no. I'm not going to tell you anything. Just drop into your closest club. And she helped me reach to Barsha Toastmasters Club. When I entered, the way how the meeting went, I fell in love. When I was asked to introduce myself, my legs were shaking. I still have the video that I was like this. And imagine I was the founder of a company. I was running a startup. But that's the power of stage. That's what stage gives you. You might be in an organization handling up 30, 40, 50 people. But the moment you get the silence and the eyes of people looking towards you, that's when you need to fight your biggest fear of public speaking. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm DTM Erum Rizvi. I'm not a guest speaker, I'm a Toastmaster. So once you're a Toastmaster of any club, you're a Toastmaster in 16,000 clubs worldwide. So I'm your family member as much as Islamabad Toastmasters Club is. And today we are going to talk about something that fears us the most, table topics. Very quickly, now when I'm going to ask for some audience engagement, I want quick answers, like, just 3-4 seconds answer. What table topics makes you feel?
Excited. Very.
Nice.
Fear.
Fear. Anyone else? What?
Nervous.
Curious with the topic or with your answer? With your answer. Nice. Anyone else? Anxious. Anyone else? You love it. Awesome. What about you? Ranged. What else? Embarrassed. I love his answer. I love his answer. Toastmaster Bilal, right? Yasser. Okay. Toastmaster Yasser said he is curious that what he would answer. Table topic surprises you, by the way, more than the audience. It makes you shocked. Okay, what did I just say? What did I just share? Why did I open up topic about my mother-in-law? And why didn't I take my wife's name when there were 4 people left on earth? You're going to get in trouble for that. You actually shock yourself. And the reason why you feel embarrassed, anxious, or nervous is because your biggest critic is you. It's not the audience, it's you. When you look at your video or your pictures, tell me honestly, when you take selfies, you must be deleting, if you have taken 10 photos, you must be deleting 8 to 9. You hate your face. And others would tell you, achhi khasi to thi yaar, why did you delete it? Nahin, my hair was like this, my eyes were like that, I was half blinked. You would do that, right? That's because you're your biggest critic. You look at yourself with very hard and rude and cruel eyes. And this is why table topics gets you anxious, because you're scared of your answer. How would you do it? And then later on you would feel, why I didn't say this, why I didn't say that. So table topics is all about fighting your biggest fear. And that is, of course, public speaking. But table topics teaches you something else very nicely. And that is to hide your nervousness. We all are nervous. As much as I'm nervous right now, DTM Jaya Jaggi would be, public champion would be, Toastmaster Bilal president would be, everybody would be nervous. He was nervous, but it was all about how well you hide it. So there are some tips and tricks that we can do. And what I did is I have started making these small post-it notes, because it reminds me of DTM Mazhar Jameel Marhoom, that he used to say that keep it as much as big as your palm. And this is how I kind of excelled in evaluation, that I would have small notes in hands rather than big papers. So when I do this, I remember him and then I read a slide prayer for him. So the purpose of table topics are two. One is active listening. You really have to be a very good listener to attempt a table topic. And listening is not just that it came to your mind and it went off. Listening is to understand the feelings in the topic that has been given to you. The topic was that there was a doorbell. It all started with the ringing of the doorbell. If he would have only taken bell, then the answer would have been different. If he would have only taken it all started, the answer would have been different. He had to feel that it all started. Something came up when the doorbell rang, right? You have to feel the topic when it comes in. One is active listening and the second is preparation. Now, preparation, we're going to dwell down a little bit more. But let me tell you that most of us do not know that when we get a table topic, we actually have a 10-second space. We all have a 10-second space. But what we fear about is that timer would almost start and then my 10 seconds would be lost. So we don't know. But then timer actually starts from your first gesture. When you start saying, okay, this is the topic. You're wasting time when you do that. You're wasting time. When you hear a topic, you just have to stand still, either look down or look at the audience, try to figure out what you're going to say. And those 10 seconds will go off like 2 seconds, but you have 10 seconds to attempt. And then you start. So most of us are so scared of silence. We are so scared of silence that the moment the topic is over, we immediately want to fill up those silence. This is why we have our counters, right? The filler words come because we are so scared that, the space is coming, I need to speak something. You don't have to be scared. You have 10 seconds. And 10 seconds is a wonderful time to think and position yourself that what are you going to attempt this? Are you going to go for the topic? Are you going to go against it? Are you going to challenge it? Do you want to make a noise? Have you noticed how DTM Jaya Jaggi has done it? So she took that time, and most of us would behave like, we haven't heard the topic well, so we would take a while and see what you want to do with that topic. Do you want to go ahead with the drama? Or do you want to go with philosophy? You can figure that out in those first 10 seconds. Some people would start with poetry. My area winning of the very first year on my 3rd month of being a Toastmaster, I read the Fair Daffodil. I read Fair Daffodil at that time. And everyone was surprised that she knew how did she do the poem. But that was the only poem I knew at that time. I fit it in a topic. So the thing is, you have to think about in those 10 seconds that how you're going to go. So don't get nervous about it, that immediately you need to start speaking. This is my biggest tip to you, that next time, take time. Don't move. Throw me a topic.
The craziest moment of your life.
Do it again, like a table topics master.
Well, the topic is the craziest moment of your life. The craziest moment of your life, DTM Erum Rizvi.
And the car came up and I was almost about to hit it. The speech goes on. When he did that, I didn't move my hands. I didn't say anything. I didn't start up any gesture of starting up, moving, rotating. We all do that. Because once you do any of those things, the timer starts. And remember, 1 second gets you disqualified. That is the importance and value of a second, that it gets you disqualified. So you need to be careful when you get a topic. You want to do a drama, as I said, you want to go against it, you want to go for it. His topic didn't give me a space to say yes or no. His topic didn't have that, right? Crazy moment of your life means you have to talk about an incident. So it has to be a picture, something you really need to remember that happened in your life, and then go on talking about it. Immediately picturize it, and then start. And then you can also start by saying, by the way, not everybody's vocal variety is high, not everybody is dramatic. We do have a lot of winners who are not dramatic, right? So judges might not be falling on that side. You can also start by saying, the most craziest time of my life was when I went for bungee jump. You can do that rather than doing a drama up. But the point is, take your 10 seconds, your valuable, golden, precious diamond 10 seconds. Please use that. Second thing that you're going to do is, of course, the preparation. Now, what I have done is, We say that table topics does not need preparation, but my personal life story is that I won on the club level in Barsha Toastmasters Club, and it was 1.5, 2 months since I was a Toastmaster. And Barsha is tough. Barsha's members would go to division level. So the person who went to division level last year was my mentor, and he came second, and I was first. So I won there because he prepared me and gave me some tricks. I won in area level because he told me that, Erum, write down 50 topics. Write down 50 topics of your life and just write down and put a small note next to it that what was the incident. My first bicycle, what happened special over there? Abbu bought it when he did not have job. The best moment of my life, when my son started walking. The first job, I wrote about that. And then the worst boss I ever had, I wrote the name. So, I'll keep on doing that. So I wrote 50 topics which were close to my heart, starting from the first memory, starting till the last day when I joined Toastmasters or won something. 50 topics. What will happen when you write them down? You remind yourself of 50 incidents of your life, 50 stories, 50 dramas. Imagine you have 50 things with you when you do that. That was the tip he gave me. I did that and I went to area, and it was area 34, a tough area, that I again won over there. And the topic was that what is your best memory recently? And that was when my son, he did his first bicycle move. So I connected with my first incident with his thing of achievement and mixed it up. And I didn't know that it would impress people because the speakers, others were very philosophical, very high, but a personal story makes a difference. Steve Jobs would take 2 days to rehearse just his opening of iPhone. 2 days. And he would bring up stories in that. How he got up, how he felt, how it made a difference in medical, how it did this and that, the pictures. That's the thing that you need to write down. Writing is the game. When you do this, you will see that you have 50 stories, and that makes your storytelling easy. Apart from that, of course, when you have these preparation done, in your clubs and other clubs, you need to keep on going again and again and practice your vocal variety. You have to practice your body language. You have to practice your stage movement. Now I'm going to give you something which is very close to my heart. It took me being an area director assistant for PG, for division, and it took a while to learn all that. And that is called prep. Now that comes from preparation. So the first one is that when you hear a topic, first is P, you have to point. Second is R, you have to give a reason. Third is E, you have to give an example. And then fourth is P, it's again point. So prep, point, reason, example, point. Starting from here. I'll give you an example of a couple of things that I have. And that would be, if you could travel back in historical event, where would you go? P. If I could travel back in historical event, I would go to 1969 when the man first landed on moon. That was P. R. Reason. That's because that was the biggest leap of technology and science in the human history. And then I would give some reasons related to science and technology and why it is important. P, R, E. Example. You'll give an example when Neil Armstrong reached over there. I remember my father telling me that he was jumping when he said the statement that the first step of mankind and the first step on the moon is the giant leap for mankind. So you give an example how your family felt around it. If you were there, how you felt around it. Or when you read about it in school, how did you feel about it? That's an example that you give. And then you come back to P, point. So therefore, if I could go back in history, I would go back to 1969 and talk about the first landing of man on moon, because that's the historical event and that changed the world of technology as we have today. So repeat after me. P, point. R, reason. E, example. P, point. I'm a huge fan of using stage movement. If some of you have known me, I use stage with purpose. I've done that on purpose. I've practiced a lot. That's nothing that comes up from top. And I try to move when I have a reason. Table topics also gives you a formula to do that, and that is when you get a topic you accept from the center, you go into the side, you tell why do you feel it, that's your reason. You come this side, you give an example from your personal life, and then come back here in the middle. Now, if I get another topic, which could be like, who is your favorite historical celebrity that you would want to have dinner with? I would like to have with Nelson Mandela. Point. So first give an answer that you would like to have with Nelson Mandela. That's because he was revolutionary. He brought revolution. And when I read about it, he was an amazing guy. Reason. We need that revolution today. I feel we need people like him. That's your reason. See, I told you, when you come towards left or when you come towards example, it has to be your personal story, your personal reason. Talk about why you feel Nelson Mandela should be there, or person like him, and why you want to have dinner with him. Come back to the point. So therefore, if I have a chance of having dinner today, I would like to have it with Nelson Mandela for being the revolutionary of his time, and we could have more leaders like him. Come back closing. It's called summary, right? We do that in evaluation. We do that in speeches. You have to come back and do that closing. So therefore, the 20 minutes time, honestly speaking, with something that I have gathered in 4 years is very tough. With around, mashallah, alhamdulillah, with 20, 30 mentors that I have had all around. I still have mentees. I was sharing with Table Topics Master that he reminded me of Toastmaster Hamad Rayaz. And he was my first mentee who has medical stuttering issue. And he reminded me of him, and I know him as my mentor because he has no idea how much he has taught me. And I don't think I have made that difference in his life as much as he has done in mine. But as I said, these are just some tips and tricks. If I could just recall a bit, please use first 10 seconds to think. Silence is not your enemy, it's your friend when you're trying to do table topics. Secondly, have 50 topics ready with you of your life. By the way, you can also have something which is inspirational of your friend, your family, your father, something that your brother has done, but you are so inspired that you tell it as your story, but it has to be yours. You cannot just go ahead telling the story of Ronaldo Cristiano, that I'm a football player, and then you tell the story of Ronaldo. So it has to be real. So have 50 topics with you, and in the end, do the prep. Try doing it, practicing in most of the clubs that you go to, physically, especially here, because here you are getting a chance of more table topic speaker than compared to other clubs. So come here every week and keep practicing, and I'm sure it's going to hit well with you in your contest. All the best to you, and I would like to open the floor for Q&A. Okay, so do what he did today. So he actually saying that he got blank. In my views, he was not blank. It is a trick. So there is a next level of doing table topics, and that is to engage audience. You know, instead of answering, you would just say, what do you think if the doorbell rang would happen? So he did something very smart. But what he did was, he showed us that he's not getting the answer. Ideally, if you were attempting a table topic, I would really request you all not to show that you went blank. Don't show it, no need. Just try attempting it, keep attempting it, and let us keep wondering that whether it was his attempt, or was it a covering, or was he blank really? Let us keep wondering it, but don't say it yourself. I have been discouraged very highly from my mentors when I used to tell them, when I come on the stage and I say, I just got up in the morning and I thought I will do speech today, so I'm not really prepared, but let me give it a try. No, don't do that. That's an insult to the stage. It's an insult to the stage that you come here and show that you're not prepared. So remember, whenever even if you're doing it impromptu, do it as if it's your best show. So if you don't get an answer, you can add humor. You can repeat the topic 2 times. Okay, so the celebrity I would like to have dinner with. It has to be historical, otherwise I would have said my best friend. But it's historical, so let me see. It could be Qaid-e-Azam. You know, you take those extra. So once your 10 seconds are over, see, if you're not speaking in 10 seconds, you're not getting disqualified. The timer would start. So if you're taking 12 seconds or 13 seconds, yes, it is important for the judges that, you went blank in the middle. But don't worry about winning. Excel yourself at table topics. Come on, you have to give presentations in your office. You would have to give an abrupt answer to one of your clients who suddenly would call you up and ask something that explain me what happened. You need to talk in a certain way. You might have to, your kids are going to grow up, and sometimes your children would do something that is not just one statement. You might need to ask your daughter to sit or son to sit, and you will have to say that, you know what, let me explain you something. That has to be concise. That's the table topic for you. So practice table topics to win from your eyes. As I said, your biggest critic is not the judges sitting over there for Islamabad Toastmasters Club contest. It's you. Yes, sir. Wonderful.
I just want you to throw some light on it.
If you could write down a name, he's DTM Hashim Halim. I wish there are some videos of him because I have seen him a lot live. DTM Hashim Halim has been he has come till district level for last 4 years, and last year he became the district champion. He is not dramatic, but he has vocals. He has stage movement. So when in one of his speeches, which was humorous, and he would win humor. He would win humor without saying tring, tring, nothing. He wouldn't have anything of that sort. And he would have vocal variety of his voice. That too, without taking out sound of a female or a child or a bird, he would actually just go high and low. Your vocal impact, clarity is, mashallah, is ideal. I'm sure everybody here wants to talk like you, wants to have vocals like you. You can always just go high and low. You can always just have a slightly frowned eyes while making some statement and then go soft. That's it.
Inflection.
Yes, and that just has to go with your facial expressions. We saw a wonderful show by him today. He had a lot of facial expressions. The difference is that we can't do drama at work. Can you imagine saying tring tring at work to your boss that you wanted to make a point? You can't do that to him, right? He's going to throw you out for being crazy. We can't do that. But yes, our contests have gone in such a way. Drama is not written in the criteria. Have you seen the contests? You have seen, it's not there. But somehow vocal variety is understood as taking out sound of a child and a mother. As I said, DTM Hashim Halim would not take out sound of a guru. What he would do is he would change an accent. So when he's talking about himself, he would speak in this tone, and then he would say, then Toastmaster Muhammad Ali said, but madam, I cannot do it. That's it. Just some head movement, some pauses, just a bit of an accent. But he would not do drama, and I love him for that because he's the biggest example for me that we are not dramatics in life. Yes.
What is the best way to practice table topics?
Practicing. Keep practicing and keep using stages. One of the things that we could do is join online meetings. By the way, again, I'm telling you, if you're a Toastmaster in one club, you're a Toastmaster worldwide. Worldwide, you're not guest. I want you not to use that again. DTM Jaya Jaggi is also Toastmaster. DTM Erum Rizvi is also Toastmaster. We are not guest speakers. We are Toastmasters. We become family everywhere in the world. You have to join in any online meeting which is going on. We have a wonderful club. Join into the other clubs in other countries. Go over there and try going to the people that you don't know, that because you don't know what accent they might have, right? Come to District 105, 127, 96, 97, Indian districts and all, and try joining there and do table topics. Please, every day at least one meeting, attend table topics and drop. Koi baat nahi. Because you want to see how you did, right? You want to see how you felt about that topic. Just like what you said that you want to see how did you attempt. So just do that. Come here every week and make it a point, fight with VP Education, mujhe bolna hai. You have to call me for table topics, otherwise I'm going to fight with you. Or you should have a speech, or you are sharing a report. If you think that our counter, grammarian and these things are small, do an actual report how these roles are supposed to do. They are a table topic in itself. You have a time on stage for 1 minute to share your reports, and that's a table topic for you. You should have a stage time. Otherwise, fight with your VP Education. Okay, I'm not renewing my membership. Sorry, President. Okay. Your question, quickly. You can always flip. Yes.
It's a totally different.
Yes, you can always flip. I had a topic, there's a video on it that I love my life. And it's such a boring topic that why would anybody think I love my life? So I started by talking about why I love my life. And then it was I hate myself. I'm sorry. It was I hate myself. And I spoke about why I hate myself because I get a lot of betrayals But then by the time I was talking, man, what is this? It's just too negative. ये तो बहुत ही वो चला गया. It's too demotivating. Why am I talking like that? Then I changed that. I hate myself, that there is a part of me that loves me, that I still want to trust people. I still want to love. I still want to go on. So you can always say that even though I agree with this topic, but then there is a part of me that says that maybe this could also be nice. So bring that in, because it happens that we go, and that was my initial years, that, I would go abruptly on one side of the topic, and then I would realize, no, U-turn. So I would take the best U-turn that could happen. I'll just take one more question if possible. Yes, please. Why do you want to control your emotions at stage?
Because it's overwhelming.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I would say let the emotions come. Let couple of your topics, let the emotions come. I cried in one of my table topic. I actually cried, yeah. It was so painful. They were talking about, somebody who has passed away. Of course I would cry. So I cried, but then now I don't, because I've learned, as I said, we all are fearful. We all are scared. Everybody's scared. I can bet everybody's scared. It's just that we learn how to handle it. We learn how to stutter less. We learn how to use less R's. We learn how to become friends with pauses. So keep practicing it. When you come here, you feel that, in fact, one of my mentors, I was very bad at humor. So I have been terrible at humor, because before saying the punchline, I would laugh. So by the time I would say punchline, nobody would laugh. So I'm laughing, and then and then I would say the punchline. So my trainer said, my Toastmaster Debjeet, my coach at that time, he said that, Erum, you love yourself. You find yourself funny, but others don't. So you need to wait, say the punchline, and then if you want to laugh, but try not to laugh. So it took me a lot of time to be serious. Of course, I had to get married for that, because that's one of the things that helps you. That helps you, yeah. So I had to get serious, and then I would do punchlines. So quickly, Karen, one more question was coming up. It was yours? Yes, please. Okay. I think the most improvement I had was from prepared speeches, because prepared speeches would make me nervous all week. All week I'll be nervous. Usually we would have meetings once in 2 weeks. I will be so nervous. I will be writing script and my folder of table topics prepared speeches, because each speech I would have a separate folder, and each folder would have at least 6 to 7 versions. 6 to 7 versions, because I would not change the same file. That day I would do that file script, and then I will save next day as version 2, that what changes I did, because once I had to go back to my initial idea. So I would do that, and the prepared speeches actually gives you the confidence, because you will do practice at home in front of the mirror a lot of times. You will make your videos a lot of times, and you will end up seeing that how you're doing well. And prepared speeches will give you so much of content that you will see it helps you in table topics. And you will end up, for example, in prepared speeches, you bring idioms, quotes, poems. It will help you in table topics. So ideally, you should do a lot of prepared speeches. But level 2, you should just run up, finish till level 2 immediately without any stopping. Then you can enjoy taking other roles and let me go to other clubs and stuff. But till level 2, religiously finish your speeches so that you get the hang of what preparation is actually. Yes, please. When I won the area level, when I blasted off, I became so confident that for division I did not prepare, and I was the last. The topic was, what does happiness mean to you? It was so simple that it got me crazy, by the way. When I was standing on the stage and I heard that topic, I became so nervous that I was not prepared for something so simple. And my preparation was, because I did those 50 topics, and then I went ahead taking difficult topics on Google. I was searching complicated topics and this and that. And I used to tell in the clubs that give me tough topic. Life is like a bicycle, it is this and that. I used to tell them to give me tough thing. But when a simple topic, that what does happiness mean to you? I was blank. I took around 12 seconds to come up with something. And then I spoke gibberish. I spoke about Jim Carrey, that what happiness, because a lot of videos were coming that he was talking about become a millionaire, but you still won't be happy. I was talking about people who have money and they are not happy, which is rubbish. happiness comes with money. Then I was talking about a lot of things that I'm so embarrassed about, and I was the last person in that division contest on my first year, just because I overestimated, or I actually underestimated that, I can do a bigger thing. Take topics simply. Take very simply. Now I take topic as it comes. I do not think about it. I have my incidents ready with me. Now table topics will come again. Again, I'm going to refresh my incidents. I'm going to add up a lot of incidents of last 1 year, that what has happened that could help me. I would add up this incident. I would add up more things. I would add up your incident, by the way, of doorbell. So I'm going to do a lot of things, but then I'm going to refresh and stay humble and be ready that usually table topics in the contest are really simple. They are actually very simple. We complicate them in our heads. So think that they would be usually around happiness, around life, around death, around motivations. So have yourself prepared for that, but please, I request you, because I'm not going to take more questions, is that make it simple and do not worry about contest. Just worry about getting disqualified. You could be last, but do not get disqualified. That is the worst thing that could happen. So time yourself, use the stage movements, have your topics ready, and don't worry about winning. You should just think that, I did better today. I had a better quality today. I'm happy with myself. It doesn't matter your first, second, or third. All right, and I wish you all the best. If there are any other questions, you're most welcome to pass it on to your VP Education. And if I would rather write it down, you can have it in your members group if you have anything specific. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Mr. Timer. Passing it on back to the Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much.